Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. And it is late. So if you're joining us with us right now, I'm so happy you guys are tuning in here. And I have, who's been with me through this whole season, JoJo. How you doing, JoJo? It's our last time doing this for Big Brother 23.
It is. And you know what, to be honest, this season was my favorite in how many years? Like 10
It's
years.
definitely in my top 10,
at least,
right?
At least. Oh God,
Well,
maybe top 5. Maybe
no,
top
I don't know about
4.
top 5. Like, I love season
5?
2 more than this. I love season 6 more than this. I love season 8 more than this.
6,
I love season 3 more
7,
than this.
3, yeah.
7 more than this. So I would say.
a lot.
Sorry?
I love 13. I thought it was a mess. Love 13.
I don't remember it enough. But like I think it's top 10. I don't think it's top 5. Come on.
This cast tonight, though, was such high energy. I couldn't get enough of them. I just wanted to watch the jury house. I was so excited.
Is it bad, though, that I wanted them to be more bitter? I wanted them to not be so, like, easygoing about these final 2. They were very, very generous and kind.
Absolutely. I think maybe once they leave the house and kind of hear about the dripping misogyny that's been coming out of the final 2's mouths for the past how many weeks, it might change a couple of their opinions. But also, like, the house does things to you, I'm assuming. I've never partaken. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Duo's Twist?
Duo's Twist. Let's do it. We're jumping in there.
I mean, do you know what, though? Literally, though, if we got to go in the house, we would win the game.
Oh, yeah.
I have zero doubt in my mind that we wouldn't come out on top. We'd be final 2.
A bazillion %. At least final 4. We might get cut out.
You're final 4. You know that we would
win. We'd have to win, we'd have to win the veto at final 4 to be really safe. That would be my fear. Final 4 veto.
Wait. Well, yeah, but we always would set ourselves up, though, that the person that's going to win that veto is going to make sure that they won't evict one of us.
We'll have a final 2 with each of the others.
Of course we would.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's the fan fiction right now, or our fiction. But if we look at today's episode, it was the finale. I wasn't really excited about this finale because, as you know, like, I love this season up until the cookout basically made their mission, and then it didn't go the way that I was hoping it to go. But I would have to say that this finale, and I think it was the way that the jurors were reacting to the final 2, made me not dislike the winner as much as I was thinking I was going to dislike them. And I felt as though the winner really didn't make himself look stupid in his speech. I thought he did pick out points that were facts that people couldn't deny, that allowed him to really appear to be the best winner. Out of the 2 of them, anyways, for sure. So, because I was like, what are they going to say? Like, they didn't do anything, either of them. What are they going to take credit for? Like, the stuff that they're taking credit for in the house. I was like, that's not great. But
I'm glad that there was a point made that Xavier wasn't a strategic mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great player. He was a great mediator. And he positioned himself well. And I do think he played selfishly, which I think you do need to do in the Big Brother house. So Xavier is a great player, but I don't think he's top tier. When I was watching, I was really rooting for Azah, even with the mess of her last couple of days.
Do you think that she would? No, she would have. She said it. She would have taken it, Kyland or Xavier, in the end. And that was just like what was really frustrating, because I wanted her to want to win.
Yeah.
And I know that she was saying that she wasn't motivated with money, which is very honorable. Absolutely. Like, I appreciate her values. But I also think, though, that she's such an amazing person that her winning that money would do more for many people. And I just thought that I wish that she was thinking about the greater good that she would be able to carry with that money, whether it be her family, so like being motivated by taking care of your family, taking care of like the people around you, people in your community, like whoever you're drawn to want to be able to help. I wish that she had that same motivation for the people in her community or in her adjacents, more than she had for Xavier and his family. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I do believe that the last couple of weeks she's kind of been beaten down as a player and really gaslit into believing that she was this non-existent entity in the final 3. I don't think
I know. I felt really awful for her. Yeah. And I'm happy that they showed some of this because they've been really giving, in my opinion, Big D a hero edit. And in this, if I was just to watch this finale, like you would think that he was like this really amazing star, like just the end part when we're talking with like the jury, that he was just this amazing guy, and that he never did anything that wasn't great. So I'm happy that they at least showed in the episode a little bit more of Big D's colors in the the edited stuff.
Yeah.
B-Bean, thanks for being here. Where's the let's do this? That's what I was waiting for. Let's do this for the last time.
Yeah, B-Bean.
I can't believe Kyland said Derek F and Hannah are interchangeable. We're gonna get back there, but like,
shut the fuck
so
up,
rude.
Kyland.
And did you notice like the full Cheshire grins that Kyland had when like both Big D and Xavier are chatting? And I'm like, it's only because they're men, and it's like he just like, it was just really, really annoying because I don't think that he would have that same Cheshire grin if Tiffany was sitting up there. He'd be looking for ways to tear her down and think that she didn't deserve to be there. And like the whole cast is basically, well, like those the cookout anyways, they all believe that she didn't deserve to be there. Xavier till the end was like Tiffany was a terrible player, and we'll talk about it again probably, but I loved that Brent was called in to say something, and he said how Tiffany was playing that game, that he didn't realize that she was playing so hard. And like, I felt like Derek F and like Xavier were just like,
huh? What? Well,
sorry, I went on a little bit of a rant, but you can go. No. You can talk for a bit too.
No. I mean, I was shocked that Brent had something so incredible to say for the first time in how many episodes that he has partaken in Big Brother. I was shocked that Julie went to him with a question. I'm sure he was doing a little bit of damage control because I know that he was really sour about the cookout initially when he was taken out of the game. But he spoke the truth, and it was nice to hear.
Like, I think you can only be sour about it if they did, like, and continue to be if they didn't make their mission. You know what I mean? And so it's like you were a casualty for nothing. But the fact that they did make the history in the end, I think, is why he's able to like, do the damage control, because he can't really be bitter. It's like, wow, this is like beyond, like, this is something monumental. And yeah, it sucks that I was a casualty of it, but they made it happen. So
absolutely.
That's probably why I came around, I think. Laundry Day, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for being here. Okay, so Laundry wants to know who that man in disguise of his family, why the wig and the sunglasses. I think they were pretending to be Lucius.
Oh, that's exactly what they were doing.
I think they're trying to be Lucius.
It was so cute. Everyone being like X. I'm like, yeah.
And like their X shirts. I thought that was very cute as well. Agreed. Laundry Day, I'm glad Big D didn't win. There was no way he was going to win. Like, they didn't tell us. Did they tell us? I might have fast forwarded. Did they say like the rest of the votes or no?
Unanimous.
Okay, yeah, I figured. As soon as I saw Brittany didn't vote for him, I was like, like, you got nothing, babe.
I thought maybe I would have laughed if there was a sympathy vote thrown in there, because they were so into sympathy votes until it came to Tiffany's time.
Right? And then it's like, how dare you?
No.
Like, why did you throw a sympathy vote for Sarah Beth? Derek F is like, I didn't throw a sympathy vote for anybody. Now I'm not going to get any votes in the final two. And it's like, that's not the reason why you're going to get no votes in the final two, babe. But
sorry, babe. Sorry about it, babe.
Yes, he was a complete clown. X was a great representative. Yes, I thought that he handled himself well in the end. I did not like a lot of the things that he was saying up until the end. But we have someone else to weigh in. Jonathan, how you doing? You're on your phone.
I'm on my phone because I only came on to say how much I hate Kyland. I'm post-workout. I'm sweaty. I'm on my new phone, so it's not even working properly.
Oh, you got a new phone? I was thinking of getting a new phone. What kind of phone did you get?
The iPhone 13 Pro Max. I upgrade once every 2 years. So
Yeah, I'm due for an upgrade. I was thinking about getting it. Is it great? I mean, you look fabs. Does it remove
Honestly,
sweat?
it's I don't even have my SIM card in it yet. It's just I'm just using it on Wi-Fi or whatever right now. So
Gotcha. Well, okay, so talk about how much you hate Kylan. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Everything about him.
Do you want me to just give you a little log
even
here?
like how he was talking at the end, and then basically just even explaining to Xavier how he's like, oh, no, you'll see that like he can't even defend himself appropriately. I mean, it wouldn't be rightfully so, but it's just
what's the word that he keeps on using that's like infuriating? It's just it's not a fact.
All of them?
No, but he says one word that it's just like it's just a statement. Like it's a statement of truth. Does he say factual? I don't think it's factual. I feel such to see. Anyways, I want to hear more.
I felt like Julie was trying to throw him a bone to be like, now is the time for you to apologize because you haven't done any of your interviews. You've really like stood your ground on how this chat went. And
yes, BB, let's do this. Did we lose Jonathan?
No.
I died. Okay, wait, I'm back. Hold on, is this better? There we go.
There you go.
And I have my earbuds in. Excuse the glow. So yeah, it's I don't know, it just drives me absolutely crazy. And every episode that he's on it just drives me nuts. So I mean, how do you feel about Xavier at the end of everything? Because I know you were like, he's my number one.
He was the person I did not want to win at all at one point. I do feel that how he presented his game was in a way that I can appreciate him as a winner. Mm-hmm. So he didn't try to take a lot of credit. That's like when he was practicing his speeches and stuff like that, he was taking credit for things that he didn't do. He was also kind of like saying things that weren't true. And it was just getting really frustrating. I didn't appreciate how he was talking down to all the other people, saying like Tiffany didn't do anything this game, that she's a terrible game player. Like it's like I didn't like the lead up. But I do feel that he accurately represented his game in the end, and it was in a way that made me okay with him being a winner. So I'm fine with him being a winner out of the final two, of course. He's a decent representation of the season because I feel like he's well-spoken and he's generally a kind person. I don't think that when he looks back and sees like how he was acting, I don't think that he'll be proud of some of the things that he says when he really gets to look back at them, but I'm okay with him winning. I'm not as mad as I thought it was going to be.
I mean, right. And like they really just gave it to him. Like even the perfect summary of it was for me, the whole episode was when after the last eviction and it was just the final two, Derek turns to Xavier and says, okay, just give me second place and I'll just go home. I'm like, exactly. That's all. Like, that's sums it all up.
You thought that there was any other scenario, bud?
But the disrespect for like people that enjoy this game and the viewers watching from home, and he's just like, oh, let's get it over with. Like, I'm happy with second. I'm ready to leave. And I genuinely think he was ready to leave. I didn't think either of their final two speeches or the questioning in general.
The questions I thought were not good.
They were weak.
But I thought his speech at the end where he was like, this is what I won. This is like,
giving some facts was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And am I right in this? He's only the second person in Big Brother history to have unanimous votes to win.
It was Derek?
No. It was Dan Giesling, and Derek was the only one never to be nominated.
No, that's not true. Same with Dr. Will was not nominated.
Is that true?
Oh, sorry, nominated. Always nominated. Sorry, never mind. I'm mixing up my facts. Yeah, sorry, I'm tired.
Yeah, and then I thought he wasn't unanimous.
I don't remember these stats. BB,
Nicole, I think it was only Dan.
Dan was the only unanimous vote.
Cody last year was unanimous.
Oh well, yeah, that's true.
So this would be the third.
Yeah,
I mean, there was no way that he was gonna not get a unanimous thing. I thought actually maybe Brittany was gonna give him a vote.
Kylan sounded like he was voting for DF. I thought.
I was shocked. that Brittany was like, she was all about jokers. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I have lots to do, but I just wanted to join in, say how much I hate Kyland. I don't even like him as a person, not even just a player, not like just nothing. Bye.
It's over. Yeah.
And he thinks he's gonna come back. He thinks he's gonna come back. Are you kidding me?
And he was even looking at this piece of paper like, do I talk now? Do I talk now, Julie? I'm like, just effing ask the question.
Did you see his clip on The Price is Right?
Yes.
What?
See it? No. He was on The Price is Right. And so CBS seems to like him.
Not anymore, because there'll be an uproar. No, he's awful. And he scares me. Like, how does he pass the psych eval? Because it's like, there's like a disconnect there that really like is unsettling to me. I mean, it seems to like people get along with him or whatever, but I don't know. He freaks me out a bit.
I mean, I can't wait to hear what Tiffany thinks about like everything when she comes out.
Give them their phones.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Anyway, Celebrity Big Brother, I can't wait for because the season was very meaningful in certain respects, but at the same time, it was like kind of predictable. Like, I mean, I always thought Xavier was going to win if the cookout was, successful and make it to the final 6. So nothing exciting happened to me.
The climax of the season for me was whether or not the 6 was going to make it to the 6. After that, the season dropped off for me. You know what I mean? Because I was just like, well, like since Kyland won that first head of household at the 6 and he decided to go after the women, I was like, okay, most likely all the women are out. It's going to be the final 3 guys. Surprisingly, that got shaken up because Kyland is like, but yeah, it was predictable at the end. But I'm happy that they made their mission. I'm happy that 3/4 of the season was amazing. We are saying it was one of the top like 8 seasons, maybe. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with it, and I'm happy with the America's Favorite Houseguest outcome.
Yes, I mean 50,000 is a lot of money, so shouldn't get to keep 50,000. But
so, spoiler alert. I mean, it's like midnight, or it's like 1 a.m. So I'm sure everybody's seen this episode by now. But so Tiffany does win America's Favorite Houseguest, and that's the only way that this felt good to me, because the final 6. It was all the people in the cookout. She did a lot of work for the cookout. They kicked her out first. And with the new rules, with the prize money breakdown, up to the final 5 get additional prize money. So kicking out Tiffany should be the only person in the cookout that didn't get an extra little bonus for making it to that point. And so I'm happy that everybody in the cookout does now get some sort of bonus, and that she isn't the only one that just like got nothing, threw away her entire game. She most likely would have won this game, or at least been in one of those final 2 chairs, or get some of that extra money in the final 5. And so I'm happy that all the people at the cookout got all the monies this season. So that's fun.
They got the money.
That's fun.
Yeah, I wasn't bored with the finale either. Like normally I fast forward a lot. But this was like I was interested in hearing. I was interested in hearing what people had to say and whatnot. So this is like one of the first years for me that I was like, oh, I really want to. There's a lot of surprises for people as well and stuff. So it was really interesting. Anyway, I'm off and enjoy talking about it.
Thanks for being here. See you tomorrow at 7 p.m. for Survivor.
Bye. Yeah, I watched it.
Okay. Don't tell me.
Okay. Good episode.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hi, K-Pop International. Brent is on fire. I'm sure you're talking about Brent from the episode. Yeah, no, I love that he said that. It made me really happy that she's getting like respect, because she wasn't getting any respect from anybody in that house. I loved it. Brent was caught looking tweets posts calling the cookout racist. So he's tried to repair his reputation by hyping Tiffany. Hey man, I don't care. Like, hype Tiffany, even if you're for whatever reason, if that's the reason, good. Repair your image on the shoulders of Tiffany. I'm fine with that. We don't know that. We know that he's not bright. So hello guys. I haven't watched the finale because I'm still at work. Good morning from Philippines. Wow, so far away. You're like 13 hours in the future. Just reading tweets, and Tiffany deserved America's Favorite Player. Yes, she did. It's crazy how far 22 years, how far how for 22 years it's okay for BB to only have white winners, and the one moment that the black players stick together and implement a plan to win their lives is racist. I mean, we know that it's because people are just uneducated and understanding what's been going on.
They don't get it.
I can't fully fault them just because like they can't see it, and they don't understand it, and they, you know, they're just ignorant.
Yeah.
What do you think, JoJo?
Yeah, I think Facebook's a crazy place. I think people get on their high horse. There's a lot of wild folks in North America in general that their brains aren't fully developed.
Well, and also though, I think that maybe there's like even like secondary education, you know, like I feel as though if you do any classes in university, you learn about some of these things. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like like there has to be some sociology class that you've taken to understand these dynamics.
Yeah, and I believe that 2020 was really the year to educate the masses, and a lot of people that thought, oh, I have no prejudices. Yeah, you do, and they're ingrained that you don't realize. And that was the time for us to actually put in the work. Even with the vaccine, we talk about how people want to go off and do their own research. It's like, well, your research might be crazy YouTube conspiracy videos. It doesn't make it any scientifically correct. So when 6 people that are black, and there has never been a black winner, are all in the house together for the first time, where the cast is generally more diversely casted. Yeah, why would they not look at someone that they might have something in common with and want what's best for them and for themselves
to try anyway? It's like we're always hoping that maybe the women will stick together. They even voiced this a little bit in the jury, like because, you know, like, so if the women stick together, they'd be like, oh my God, like they're just like anti-men, you know, and it's like, no, it's not that.
The men have won the last 3 seasons.
Say again? Yeah, exactly.
Men have won the last 3 seasons.
3?
The last two. The last Casey. 2 final. Casey was 20, and then Mitchie, Cody.
Oh, right. This is the 23. I'm thinking. Yeah. You're right.
But I mean, Holly was the first. I guess Casey and Nicole both won their seasons against a man. Then Holly made final 2, Big Brother 21. But we've seen all male final 2s even in Big Brother Canada the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, well, definitely. Well, this was 9, 8 we didn't see. 7 was the Pretty Boys. 6 was both women.
Oh, 6 was both women. Nice.
5 was
Kevin and Karen.
4. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't really happen that often that 2 women sit in the final 2 or a woman beats a man.
I think it's happened 5 times in 23 seasons.
Not great.
No.
So it would have been nice if a black woman won this season. That would have been really, really making.
Tiffany won.
She did. She's the best. Want to be friends with her?
Oh.
Nobody understands Kyland's language. Never understood him on the feeds, like legit. I couldn't really watch him on the feeds. Like sometimes I would do the live feeds with Taryn, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, is it a Kyland HOH?" No. Like I'm just like, how much of this conversation do I write down? Like it's just in a loop, you know.
I think he's really good at saying a lot of words and not saying anything.
Yes, America is what it is. Yeah. The only unanimous winner was Dan Giesling. Okay.
And Cody won. Cody was unanimous last year.
And now Xavier. What about Cody? Please don't bring back Kyland to BB. Please don't. I don't think it's going to happen. Julie was trying to give Kyland an opportunity to like apologize, and he doubled down. So I think that was his audition for like any future work with Big Brother and CBS, and I don't think that she liked his answer.
No.
Sorry to BB. Yes, can't wait. just happy this day. We have 2 Black winners from different reality shows. The Circle. Oh shit! I didn't watch it yet.
I was gonna say I don't think she's watched it yet, folks.
Wow. Wait. I mean, really? Tara Lish. I mean, not Tara Lish. Kai ends up winning. No, who's still there?
James.
Oh, James. Okay. So then he did what's right for his game.
Yeah.
Because I was really mad about his decision, and yeah, I was mad about his decision, and I thought he was going to be 4th place. Because if I were them, I would have voted Kay 5th and him 4th from all 3 of them. That's what I would have done. I wouldn't have put him near the top because he just was the influencer twice. So that's surprising that they did that. Was Kay 5th then?
I think she was 4th.
Who's
I
5th?
didn't finish I watched the I didn't finish watching the episode. I just watched the reveals, like the dinner portion. I was like, I want to see everyone. I want to see the catfish reveals. I think Kay was 4th though. I think, but I could be wrong.
Who would have been 5th though? Where was Nick? 2nd?
Oh, I probably with that big Nick energy.
Well, I mean, those girls, so 2 of them, so Ashley and okay, I'm not going to talk about this Circle right now. Shit, I'm like, damn it. I knew she wasn't going to win. I didn't think that he was going to win though. No. Hi Anna, thanks for being here. So, need your take. I stopped watching after Oz's eviction, but I read on Twitter that Tiff won America's favorite player, which is fantastic. Yes, she did. I'd have to say that the jury were really gracious. They seemed to be in good spirits. Nobody seemed to be bitter or angry. They all mentioned how much they loved the final 2. And so I didn't have any room for me to be irritated and pissed off. I was kind of like just enjoying the final 2 just because it seemed like the jury were. So they made me okay with that. The jury made me okay with the final 2.
They were really lighthearted and were having fun and showing like who they are. They were talking over one another and like talking to the final 2 without prompting questions. It was just a fun atmosphere. I love the cast. I really do.
Yeah, I did love the cast. Big time. All right, Tiffany, Derek, X, Chada, and Claire deserve to come back and for a chance. Absolutely. I would love to see any of those people come back. 100%. That'd be fun. Haha, Kyland has too many self-help books. Filler talk. I mean, I love self-help. I've read every single self-help book, but I think he does it in like the management area, and he does like how to talk to people. So he thinks it works, but he didn't read how to win friends and influence people. He didn't read that one, which I think is the one that he should have read. But he probably read like different like personal power type stuff for like business situations, but not how to interact with human beings.
I think the jury was more supportive of Kyland as a player before he was evicted than him as a person. I think people respected his gameplay more than they did his friendship or his bonds or his social game. 100%.
Well, because they haven't seen it yet, but when they watch it back, they'll be like, ooh.
But even experiencing it, I think they had more respect for him as a gamer than as someone that they really enjoyed being around in the house.
Anna Julie despises Kyland. Well, I mean, if she had to like call him out, like she was the bodyguard that's like, get out of Kyland. I was like, oh, Julie's
she made so light of that during her interviews about Kyland's eviction. Excuse me. She talked about how he had a beautiful smile and he was so gracious. Like she didn't even mention the drama. I'm like, talk about the drama. She's like, I just said his name because they said he wasn't coming out of the house. I'm like, you know what was happening. You were lying to us.
You should said his name because he's coming out the house. Like Chenbot is back.
Didn't. But first.
Like, God bless you. God bless you. It's just like tracks. All right, so let's get to this episode a little bit. So we have the second part of the head of household. I thought it was a fun one, but it's kind of challenging. So they kind of had like the slot machine kind of wheels with the Houseguest faces on it. I thought that it was a full roll of everybody's face, but it seems like from what Oz has said, like not everyone had all the faces. Yes. So I thought that was interesting. So they had to like roll these wheels and line up the face to make like across the line with the correct answer. So I thought it was fun. You liked it?
I loved it. I was wondering the strategy though, like you could just jump off and use your arm strength too to push it forward and backwards.
Could you though? Maybe you weren't allowed to do it from the bottom.
Well, people were jumping off and then adjusting, so I felt like it was all over the place.
I mean, I fast forwarded it a little bit, but like I didn't see them adjusting from the ground. They did.
Derek did, yeah.
Oh,
because I off and slipped and like pushed it up instead. I'm like, why wouldn't you just do that? I don't know if it was in the rules that you had to be on top, but like they were using their knees at some point. But I loved it. I thought it was a great part 2 challenge.
Definitely, it was super fun. It was hard. I like the elements that I brought into it. You need to know your season history, and then you also had to have some endurance there. And then the little bit of the puzzle being like, shoot, which one has so and so's face? So I liked it a lot. But 13 minutes is the time for Azah, and Big D did it in 19 minutes. Azah wins the second part of the final head of household. And this is when Big D decides to start spiraling in a way that doesn't make any sort of sense. So I don't know if we've talked about this yet, but they showed on the episode that Big D was like nasty to Azah, and they didn't even show all of it. No. So what have been your thoughts of the last week of how he's been treating Azah?
I mean, it started at the Final Four, his nastiness and how he was saying, like, he was flipping back and forth saying that he didn't deserve her, he didn't respect her game, and how he's been carrying her. And I just kept thinking, like, how have you carried Azah? I don't see that whatsoever. I don't see you trying to protect her or shifting the threat off of her. Azah was playing her own game. What she was doing wasn't necessarily playing a strategic game, but she had her own thing going on. You didn't have to worry about Azah. You might have been viewed as a pair in general by the house, but I don't think he was putting any muscle work into protecting Azah. He got more and more nasty with her, and like was making her cry.
Wow. Sorry, I just saw in K-pop. K-pop did apologize for spoiling. It's fine. I should have watched it this afternoon, and it came to like 8 p.m. I'm like, shoot, I should have watched The Circle already because people might come on with damn spoilers. And so I've been avoiding everything. I'm like, shoot, let me avoid, like, I'm not going to scroll and look at anything on Instagram. And so I was like, okay, like, whatever, I'll just do this and
then watch.
And I was gonna watch it right after, so now I don't have to care.
I'm gonna watch it in bed, maybe.
Well, I'm gonna be doing the an update with Sarah from Entertainment, and then on Friday do one with RHAP. So I do have to watch it, but there's no urgency now to not get spoiled. So K-pop saying that second was Ashley, third was Isabella, fourth was Kay, fifth was Nick. Okay, so at least they knew. So, like, if they knew to not vote Nick high because they wanted a shot at winning, how did they not know to not rank James high? Because if Ashley put James probably down just one, Ashley would have won.
I don't love the way that it works at the end. I really don't. I feel like the middle players continue to win, even though I love last season's winner. Season 2's winner was my favorite.
Don't remember who that is right
now. Delisha.
Yes, I liked her.
Disa. Remember her name.
Okay, so yes, the cast is one of the best in terms of likability. No one. I hate until last month when things went haywire. Yes, exactly. Like I loved everybody up until I disliked the Cookout Men. Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off though with that information though. What was your last bit of you're saying? I'm sorry.
Just the fact that Derek F continued to put Azah down and made her feel really bad about herself and her game. And I think that broke the camel's back, and she thought, I don't think Xavier deserves third. I don't think I'm going to win. So
Do you know what this reminded me of? And I really hope that nobody we know is watching this right now. But this reminded me of the final 3 of season 4 of Our Game. That Derek F is kind of like how Alvin was.
Oh, of season 3.
3, sorry, yeah, 3, not 4, 3.
Yeah, no.
I was like, there's a similarity here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you kind of were like the Xavier. I was Ozza, and he was Big
Nobody
D.
wanted Big D to get the reward.
Mm-hmm. Anyways,
Sure.
it just reminded me of that. I'm like, oh yes, I feel I could see why Ozza didn't want to reward him because it's just kind of like, ugh, like it's not great.
Like his final 2 wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be laugh out loud, like what a joke. It none of it was really fictional.
It just was nothing. It was nothing sandwich. Like
he said the same thing. Like I needed the cookout, and I did all this stuff for the cookout.
Like okay, so really, you're saying that you deserve $750,000 because you were in everybody's ear about who to nominate or who to send home, when all those decisions were already made
around you.
They were already made, babe. Already made. So I was really glad that they showed it because they've been putting him in a really great light, and I just don't think it's fair. I wish that they were a little bit more honest with Xavier, because Xavier did say in one of his speeches or his responses that he never said anything bad about anyone, and I was like, what? No, you did. You did. And so that I wanted to call bullshit, but didn't get a chance. I did wish that sometimes that there was a little bit of back and forth with the jurors, just because I would like to see some of their actual responses, not just in their key. Yeah, but I guess it's wait till after.
Like the fact that Claire and Tiffany didn't have questions, I'm like, oh, okay. Where are they right now? I don't think they paid much attention to Claire and Tiffany during the finale in general.
I wonder if it's because, I don't know, did they not have maybe nice things to say? Like when they practiced their questions, like maybe their question was like, I don't know.
I'm convinced that they didn't talk to Whitney, because Whitney posted on Twitter today, like, what should I say if they unmute me? And she wanted to talk about the misogyny of the season.
Oh.
And I'm convinced Big Brother was like, no, don't unmute her. No.
We don't want, like, it's...
We don't want them to say anything bad about any of the men.
Well, not going to lie, though, it's surprising, because one thing that I was thinking when we saw Whitney smiling at the end after the winner was revealed, I felt that she was like, oh, maybe I will date Xavier. Like, that's what it looked like to me, that he just got like a lot more attractive.
Ooh. Well, I mean, he's beautiful.
He's very beautiful, but I'm not a fan of his at all, even with $750,000. So part 3 of the final head of household, and what a damn bust. I thought it was a great competition, but I really wish that it was solely like it used to be in the past, where it was like, who said what? I want them to show them knowing their past house guests who knew them better. And Xavier was worried that it was going to be competition like that, because he said he didn't know a lot about these people. So this guy that we're all saying like, oh my God, best social game ever. Yeah, best social game. He was saying Tiffany had a daughter like the other day. You're like, what?
Durr.
Like, yes, that just could be a little bit of a mistake, but like
it was heartbreaking. Especially it just being the first question, and it was about Brittany, and I do think, and
that
Xavier
was the whole
had the same question or the same answer at first, and he changed it, and then Julie was like, final answer, and I was just like, okay, here's C.
No, I don't know why she did that. Like, I mean, she explained it, but like, you know that Brittany was complaining for going on the block for a 4th time. You had to endure that. Yes. You had to like witness that. You knew that. And like, and then when Xavier got up, he's like, oh, the only person that's been up this many times is Brittany. Like, it was just such a thing. I wasn't in the house. I didn't have a Fruit Loop system, and I knew all those answers. Yeah. Like, they weren't hard questions at all. And so for the fact that it was the final HOH questions, I was like, that's a little bit weak, personally. I mean, maybe they expected it to go to a tiebreaker, which would have been more exciting, but I feel like Xavier would have answered that better personally, but who knows?
Yeah, I think tiebreakers are a shot in the dark at times, so who knows what would have happened, but we did find out that Ozza would have brought Xavier to the final 2.
Which is also, I mean,
which is mind-blowing, but at the same time, we don't know how that vote I'm very curious how that vote would have went. I don't think it would have been a unanimous decision for Xavier. I think the questions would have been a lot more exciting, and the answers especially.
The fact that they all wanted Big D to go and her to at least be up there makes me think that maybe some people would be willing to have voted for her. So I'm wondering if she could have maybe received Chada and Tiffany's vote, that even though she wasn't like, let's make sure that there's a Black female winner, like they still maybe would want to make that happen.
I think Brittany would have voted for her. I think
Brittany would have, I think.
Could have.
I think that Claire could have.
And I think those could have been the 5.
Where's the 5th? That's only 4, right?
Her and DX were very close.
Oh, DX as well. Yes. So
5 votes for her.
Because then maybe Alyssa would have given it to Xavier, Kyland Xavier, Derek F to Xavier.
Sarah Beth Xavier.
That's 4. Yes. So it could have been a 5-4.
Yeah.
Could have.
Could have.
But it also could have been a 7-2
yep.
or a 9-0. Could have as well.
Yeah, I think Brittany would have given her a vote, 100%.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. 8-1.
Yeah.
I think Brittany would have too. So yeah, that was really disheartening. I thought it was like the questions were like, it was good, but they were very easy. And I really wish they just went back to the oral format of like who said what, and then Ozza's skills would have been utilized.
Yep.
Why did they change this format? I know that I heard that maybe because it's too much of a crapshoot. I'm like, but like these questions weren't hard.
No. I do feel like it is a bit more of a crapshoot, but it's at the same time like you can study for part 3. You can know like
now you can.
So maybe it is to give a competitor or someone that is studying a slight edge.
Well, but not Ozza.
I know that Ozza was studying, so.
But like these weren't even questions that you needed to study.
No.
These were all very easy. What I said that I liked this competition, I did like how they presented it. So it was different things that happened at the BB Beach Club. So it had like, where did I write it all down? So yeah, basically which statement is false is what they had to select, A, B, or C. So Brittany had a rap type thing. And I was like, how could she forget that Brittany was nominated 4 times? Anyways. Derek X's abs. Did you die for that?
Oh, he looked good. Yeah, I'm good. I love Derek X.
Yeah, Derek X's abs after dark. SBBS. I was like,
oh, wow. Well, Sarah Beth with Beth Sarah, like
as her ventriloquist doll.
Yeah.
Crystal Claire. We knew that was coming. We were wondering why that wasn't something about Zingbot. Like these were all better than the Zingbots, the Zings. Like if they just made these into Zings, that would have been great.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know why. Alyssa the Amazing. What was hers again?
I don't remember. Couldn't tell you.
Alyssa. Oh, she was the magician and she was cutting people in half. Bikini with some water or something like that. Turbo Tiffy Toes. And Green Hand Group, which is
God, that was unfortunate for Hannah, who looked incredible tonight.
I mean, everybody looked very good, but she also looked very, very gorgeous. And spoken word with Kyland, because it just kept on going on and on and on. And it's like, yeah, true statement. So yeah, we have the final please. I only wrote down one line that Xavier said. He's like, no, that Derek F said, we're going to ride this out to the end, I think. And then I think Xavier said, we started this game together, like first in the doors, let's be the last 2 out of the doors. And so, not the final please. I'm confused, people. Okay. I'm just tired. I'm sorry. Final please was before Xavier was going to choose who he was going to take with him to the final two. Yeah. And he chose to evict Azah, who was very gracious with how she received that. I could see that she was very defeated when she messed up that question, because if I know it's right, like that she got it wrong, like it's gonna eat at her forever, probably. But yeah, so she was evicted and disappointed all the people in the jury because they did not want to see her out there. So Azah is the final and 9th juror, and the final two is Xavier and Big D. How do we get here? How do we get here? How do we get there? And Julie, though, she was making it seem like, you know, this is a very important decision. It's like, Julie.
Fast forward to America's favorite player. Literally, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get, like, I got a bag of chips, I got a drink of water.
I definitely was like fast forwarding the commercials, and then like if I went over a little bit, I didn't rewind it, you know. So that's how I cut some time, you know, watching it. But this is when Xavier said, you know, we walked in this house together. Let's make sure that we walk out together. I vote to evict you, Azah. Brutal. It sucks. Like, how much I just didn't want Big D to be rewarded for how he treated Azah, even in the last week. Like, he did not, in my opinion, deserve to sit there, especially since he's always saying about how he respects women and that he's like a champion for women. And I'm like, except for the ones that you're friends with in the house of Big Brother. Like,
yeah, it's like he had to find someone to just, every time his target was evicted, there was someone new for him to talk crap about. Tiffany. Hannah went home that same night.
Okay, BB wants to know if I ever commented on Julie's religious references during the show. Do they belong there? I personally am not bothered by it because I just think it's hilarious that it's a glitch in the Chenbot. Because yes, she's kind of putting it on, but I feel like it's part of her character now. Like Julie Chen Moonves is the one that's holding the Bible. So
yeah,
it doesn't bother me.
I feel like once people go through like a public traumatic scandal, sometimes they turn to religion, and I think that might be what's happened to her personally.
Yeah, exactly. When she decided to stand by her man, I think that she's like put all of her faith in the Lord, and like that is allowing her to maybe stay standing by him. So it doesn't bother me, but I can definitely understand and respect if somebody from a different religious background or that was super religious differently from her religion could be offended. So
they still have a Bible in that house. Like that's always been a part of the show. I know Derek wanted to use a line from the Bible in his final two speech. I'm glad he didn't pull that one out of his butt. Though what he did bend over one point and the camera like zoomed in on it. It was amazing.
Could you actually see like a crack shot?
No, unfortunately not. But it was just his big old booty, and he's like, when I said that you were a lawyer, blah blah blah, like berating Xavier going into commercial break. I'm like,
oh, annoying.
Great view.
But when Oz is talking to Julie, she just seemed kind of deflated. And just being like, I'm not a money motivated person. I already kind of talked about my feelings there. I just wish that she was motivated for helping other people around her. You know what I mean? I wish that motivated her instead of being motivated to help Xavier.
Yeah, I just don't think she thought she could win. And she had a clear path. She just had to win that final 3H and take Derek X.
I wonder if also him getting in her head, though, like even stopped her from doing well in that competition because she lost like faith that she could even beat Xavier in that one.
Well, how many hours did she waste even yesterday, like going back and forth instead of studying or working on her speech?
That's not a stat that you need to study. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I do think her speech would have been incredible. I do think she's really well spoken and can turn it on when the spotlight's on her. So I would have loved to see that, but
Anna says, Julie's eyes lit up when Azah mentioned God in her eviction interview. Julie loves her some Christians. Yes. Definitely. This isn't funny, and well, actually, I'm not gonna say it. I'll tell you after. Okay. Who's our friend here? Let's see. We have a super chat from a friend. Thank you, Glenda, for the super chat. Much appreciated. We definitely appreciate anybody that sends any donations to the channel. You know, I sneakily put my stepmom's Venmo and CashApp in the description because people were just like, "What's your Venmo? What's your Venmo? What's your CashApp?" And I'm like, "I'm in Canada," so I got my stepmom to put it down there.
Make it happen. Make it so.
But thank you so much for contributing to this channel. It is a labor of love, and so whenever there's any sort of contribution to that labor of love, it is I don't know, it makes me almost want to cry every single time. So thank you so much, Glenda. Appreciate it big time. And do you have any thoughts about the finale and the winner of this season? Oh, that's such a nice feeling. It's like I won. Yes, Natalie. Hi, Natalie. Yes, Kyland and Derek F are the worst. The worst. They are the worst. So K-pop wants to know, anyways, guys, did you know that the legend Omarosa is part of the Big Brother VIP Australia this year? Yes, I did know that. It was a pre-recorded show, though. She was there with Caitlyn Jenner. Yes, I did know that. It's going to air in November. Yes, I did see the cast. I saw those two people. There was somebody else that I think that was on there that I knew.
Oh, yeah, who was it?
I definitely knew that Omarosa is a good Big Brother player.
I loved her season 1. So,
do you know what? I might watch that. I'm gonna watch the last Australia too because I heard that one was very good. Let me find links.
I know who won that one.
I don't even know anything about it. Nothing. Oh my God! Wow, Caitlyn and Omarosa. Yeah, that's be a trip. Big D has had a guaranteed fire too. Why did he F up his game? Damn. People will respect him if he had a good self-awareness and if he shuts up.
I don't know. I would never respected him still.
No. I just I guess I've seen too much. I don't know what they would think of him being in the house with him. I just can't see how anybody could respect him, but I'm seeing everything. So, or most things. They dragged Nick down because they felt that he was winning. Oh, we're talking about thing. Yeah, I mean, I can understand him being at the bottom, but why James wasn't taken down as well. That would have been what to do if you were Ashley and Isabella.
Nick, James, or even Nick, James.
Okay.
I guess they didn't really want Cade to get in there either. They had such a. I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh boy.
Love her.
Anna says Derek F isn't the sharpest, so I'm not surprised his speech was bad. Did the jury go in on him? No, not at all. He honestly, the only points that he made, he's like, I started the cookout, and he's like, and with these are the 2 points that he said that when he was asked, what were your 2 biggest moves in the game that you can say that were yours? And he says, I started the cookout, and I was in everybody's ear with who to nominate and to evict. So I always made that. I always made that happen. I played my role. I played my role as a pawn. That's not making things happen, but whatever. Xavier said bad things behind their backs. Yeah, I know, right, Big Bean?
Yes.
Don't be saying that. Don't be saying that.
But he's also trying to win $750,000.
That's
not that it was that difficult next to Derek F, but I don't think he would admit to his faults.
I don't think he recognizes them because I think he thinks that they're factual. Anna says, I believe that Ozza would have won against either of them. Ooh. I did a tarot reading. I was going to do all the house guests and then I got lazy, but I did Ozza's, and Ozza's, I said that she was going to be forced to make a decision and choose between maybe morals or values or something like that. So it might not allow her to win the game. So I was like, that's pretty bang on. And for Tiffany, I did hers, and it was something like she was going to have to make a decision to go one way or the other. And that's true. Now that I look back at it, like I didn't understand what I was saying when I was saying it then, but they both were pretty factual. And then I did Alyssa's, and Alyssa's was something like she could maybe get to like the final two, but I think that she was good. Like what I meant was like the final of like non-cookout people.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of how it would end up working out. Kind of seems like. Xavier wasn't who I would have picked, but I guess yay to a Black winner. Absolutely. Like yay to a Black winner. Yay that all the prize money went to Black Americans. That's something that very rarely happens. It's been happening obviously a lot more in the recent 2 years or 2 seasons, but like Canada I'm talking about, and like The Circle and stuff like that, like other game shows and Love Island and stuff like that. So it has changed a little bit since 2020, we'll say. So it's pretty phenomenal, and I think that he's a great person to be awarded this money. Like I think that will do great with it, and so I am very content with him being the winner. I just wish that it was Tiffany instead. That's it.
Or right? Hannah even, or Chana.
Or Hannah.
Yeah, I would have been really happy for either of them.
DF did nothing but sleep. Yep. I truly wish I could live my life as delusional as he lives. It seems fun. I mean,
no,
it doesn't seem fun because like he's going to get a rude awakening when he comes out and realize that he's not beloved.
Well,
like
taste of his own medicine. I mean,
it's true.
Good luck.
That's
on Twitter.
True.
I mean, I'm sure whoever was handling his Twitter has blocked a ton of folks. So Derek's not going to see a lot of the hate, but he's going to have I can't wait to see the interviews. I know Sharon's going to go in on him, I'm sure.
Sharon, did you see that? Like I had a chat with her. I got to meet her for the first time. I was like, can she hire me for something? I want to work for Us Weekly. Can I be Us Weekly Canada correspondent?
Yes.
I mean,
get that gig.
I'm gonna start putting it out there.
Yeah. Channel it. I'm snatching it with you. Like,
I mean, I'm closer than I was yesterday or 2 days ago, so maybe I would be obsessed if like I was like an online Canadian Us Weekly correspondent.
We could have done the Wendy's watch party. That could have been our thing. If
no, I know. if the Wendy's watch party actually happened with us, like it would have been the start of something. Yeah. Just saying. I know it would have. So do you know what though? If we had done it, like it all worked out because I ended up starting this channel.
Yeah.
So
COVID.
That is COVID, yeah. So Kyland and Big D. Oh my God, I'm gonna tired. I'm gonna have to get off this. Okay. Get off live. I need to leave the Big Brother world immediately. Yes, they do.
Immediately.
Gone. Tiffany, Brittany, and Chada could vote Ozza though. Yes. So we were saying that we could see her potentially getting 5 votes if she was sitting next to Xavier. And I would have liked to at least see that fight. That would have been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Manifested, you'd be amazing in that role. Well, thank you, Glenda. The reason why I was saying is because I did do a podcast with her yesterday, and so she may not have had any idea who I am, and now she does, and so I think that that's just positive in general. So yeah, I'll manifest it. Speak it to God's ears. I'm not religious, but
okay, Julie.
I do have to say, like, I'm a pretty good manifester. I did manifest starting to talk on Rob as a podcast a few years ago. I was like, I know one day I'm going to be talking to Rob, and I'm like, and I'm going to do the live feeds with Taryn. Like, I definitely put that out there, and it has happened. So, stranger things have happened. You guys hear it first, right? Yes. People are going to come back to this moment, and they're going to show this tape. Be really tired at 1 a.m. I still haven't watched the episode, but how did they respond to X being an attorney in real life? Oh, that was actually a really great segment. So they went through all the people in the jury and all their secrets that they kept from the rest of the house guests. So we had
Hannah.
So yeah, Hannah, the fact that she is a master's student, that a child prodigy, basically, is what Claire was calling her. I love that reveal that she's like actually super, well, we knew that she was smart in the game, but like seeing that she's book smart and super young and, Doogie Howser over here, like, and she's going to be a doctor was pretty cool. And people were like happy and excited by that. They shared, obviously, that Sarah Beth was a forensic scientist, not a voice actor, that Claire was an AI something.
She's an engineer.
AI engineer. That's very smart. Engineers are like, I don't understand. I mean, maybe I would. I just have never studied that stuff before. But engineers are always very, very intelligent. And if she lives in, wherever she said with the Upper West Side. Queens?
Yeah. No, she's not in Queens. She's
not in Queens. Yeah. So she lives in a more affluent neighborhood. I know she said that she's not rich, but I'm sure she has a high-paying job that could allow her to afford the lifestyle of the area that she's living in. Just saying, which is very cool.
And then Brittany was a black belt.
Karate. And then Brittany also shared that she was diagnosed when she was a young child with autism. And so I could get very teared up with that moment where she's just like very thankful that everybody allowed her to play and they didn't treat her differently. Like they definitely, she made real friends. And so I got teared up. What?
And then Julie's like, actually, Brittany, if you could sit back down, the lighting was better.
So rude. She's like, but it was a moment. It was a moment. I couldn't interrupt the moment.
God, Julie. You didn't tell her, oh, sit back down, your lighting is not like
yes, manifest it. And what else? And so Big D does mention that his father is smoking Joe Fraser.
Yeah.
And
more people knew about it than I realized. I thought there was gonna be silence. Like people are like, I don't know who that is.
Well, he's taking out some heavyweights, and like I feel like, I don't know if I'm making up the memory, but somebody's been like, and he goes down, Smoking Joe. Like, I feel like I've heard that before. I don't know. I feel like I've heard like an announcer saying when Smoking Joe Fraser gets knocked out or something like that. I feel like it's something that's looped around. Not sure if I'm making it up or not, but
my dad knew who he was, but I have no idea.
Xavier does say though that he bartends at weddings, so that means, in my opinion, that means like beer and wine, and maybe if they have like, I don't know, a mixed drink cocktail for like the fun, like let's do this for our fun cocktail for the wedding. But I've been a wedding bartender and I can make a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know. So maybe it's like just like an outdoor wedding and he just does like the topping up the wine and champagne.
He does the modeling at the wedding. Are you kidding me? People walk over, they're like, hi.
Or maybe he said bartender, but he's like part of the catering team. And like he's just like carried the trays most of the time. And maybe one time he jumped behind the bar and opened up a beer.
Yeah. With his teeth. He's like,
Because I mean, every bartender knows how to make a martini, babe. Like every bartender.
Sorry, Xavier.
It's just like I've trained people to work behind the bar even a couple years ago, and that's what I had to teach people how to do well. Because people that order like high-end vodka martinis, they want it done perfectly because like it's a particular taste. Like you can't mess those up because people will be pissed. So that's the first thing that I always teach anybody when they're learning how to bartend is like, obviously the mixed drinks are normal, but it's like, how do you make a basic gin or vodka martini, and what are the things around it, like dirty, Scotch rim, like whatever the different things about it. And then a Cosmo, espresso martini. Like these are all the common things that people order.
You made me a Cosmo.
Did I?
Yes.
I
was sitting at the bar and you're like, here, I got something for you. I'm like, okay.
I love Cosmos.
I was like, do you want a Cosmo? I'm like, yeah, okay. Let's do it.
I didn't
pass it over too.
I mean, that restaurant had some delicious drinks. There's one recipe that like, when I have an event or something, like I'm gonna make that a cocktail. It was like with tequila and mezcal and There's a couple other ingredients in it. It was just, I think I made it for you. Made that for you too.
Maybe it was that.
It wasn't a Cosmo.
Familiar.
I mean, I love Cosmos, but was it in a short glass or was it in a martini glass?
It was in a short glass.
So then it was this cocktail that I made you. It's delicious. Anyways, I mean, I used to love bartending and drinking, and I've definitely not done enough of that while I've been in quarantine. But there's some basic things that you should know about saying you're a bartender, and it's not what Xavier did.
No.
At all.
No.
And is that it?
Yeah. Those were the reveals.
The reveals. X needs to do the circle to practice his bartender life, or pursue his bartender life. Yes, maybe.
I don't want him in the circle.
I don't need to see him anymore. He's not good at the game.
He enjoyed his experience. I think he was done like a couple of weeks ago. He's like, I'm over this. I need a break. Right before,
I'm being tested here. So it's Ryan's sweet vermouth, but I usually put a little bit of white vermouth in there as well to cut it. And with a cherry, and sometimes if people like it, an orange slice or zest. Depends. Anything else in this episode? That's pretty much it, honestly. Julie says unity at a time. I was like, what? Oh, about the cookout. Because she's like, they're like, oh my God, what, like, tell me about the season. What are you super proud of? Whatever about the cookout. There was a lot of talk about the cookout. And she just was like, unity. And they're like,
okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Unity. Unity. Yeah, for sure. And I love Brent giving Tiffany props, even if it was to save his image. It's fine. I love the secret cell segment. America's Favorite Player is double. They're all super excited for this. And it was Tiffany and Derek X. Like, definitely those were the two favorite house guests. And Tiffany ended up getting the win. And that was a big win. At least she knows she was loved. And I could see like what?
I think Xavier actually knew first. He peeped over Julie's shoulder and then like trying to smile at Tiffany, and then Julie revealed it. So he knew.
Vivine actually has no idea. Vivine. Well, anyways, it's right though.
You know, Vivine.
They're pretty good. It depends. I can only have like one, but a good one. If the proportions are good, like they're good. But I'd prefer like an old fashioned more. Ooh. Or like mezcal old fashioned. Mm-hmm. Okay. Julie dropped her social distancing at the end of the show. Oh my God, yes, Jojo, take it away because you're obsessed with this.
Oh my God, I literally was roaring. It starts with Tiffany like hugging Julie. Julie gives in, hugs her back, hugs Xavier, and then eruption of just particles everywhere. Everyone interacting. Derek F comes over. Julie does not hug him. Hannah and Azza are having a moment for a while over there in the corner. I'm sure Hannah was like giving Azza all the love, and I was just hoping. I hope these two work it out after this. I just died though with the social distancing. Just cut it, whatever. We're done.
So you're good.
It's
you
over.
Can all quarantine for 2 weeks now. Like you're fine. It's if you've made it through the whole season, unless there's like people on staff that like have it or had it during the season, like I think that they're good. I think they'll be okay. Okay, was there a Christian Alyssa awkward moment? No. So any Christian curiosity? Or was Frenchie there? I mean, they were all on Zoom. So all the pre-jurors were on Zoom.
They were. Did you see what happened though with the pre-jury?
No.
All the pre-jurors? Oh my God, it was so dramatic. Christy actually hacked into the...
No, you're lying. You're just showing the picture. You're so stupid.
Kill me. She just hacked right in there. She's like, I'm jumping in. Hi, everyone.
He's joking. It's not true. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go out on a good note here. Is she still at the bottom of our draft? That would be really funny.
Oh my God. The true winner.
And
Would have been so proud of the bald final two.
Was serious.
She wanted to make the final three. Oh my God.
BB, it was nice. You hope you were at the edge of your seat.
Oh my God.
You nailed that one. That was funny.
Oh. Christy.
My stomach hurts. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, honestly, Jojo, for like going through this journey with me with Big Brother.
Thanks,
I mean, I know you're a super fan, but obviously I'm grateful as well that you're willing to, you know, sit and talk with me at least once a week about this show that we love, even though it's like 2:30 in the morning where you are. So appreciate the dedication and the love that you have for Reality Realness and for me and for the game and for everybody here in the chat.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everybody. Wait, do you have anything to say, Jojo? Sorry.
No, nothing. I had a great season with you. Lots of fun, as always. Can't wait for Survivor now.
Yes, we can just deal with Survivor now, and you can finally catch up on the challenge, and then maybe sometimes you can pop in on the challenge, right? Because it's like the best show out there. Just saying. Like I just love the challenge so much. There's no bad challenge. Even though there's no bad Big Brother, the challenge always delivers, though. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It just always
does. I'm looking forward to more. I'm looking forward to like having time and not like, what am I going to do with my life now? I'm not obsessively watching live feeds or reading updates or watching 3 episodes of the show a week. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I know. I'm very happy to have that space though, because like, it's like the summer was wild with like Love Island. I was covering it all the summer, like 2 episodes a day of every day for like 6 weeks. It was a lot. And then everything else. I was like, so it's going to be nice just to have like the challenge on Wednesdays, either Wednesday or Thursday, putting Survivor. I do on Saturday or Fridays, I do with Reality Pop, the challenge again. And I think that's it. Oh, and the Wednesday, maybe evening or morning, I'll do Bachelor in Paradise, and then we'll do The Bachelor. Amazing. That's so easy.
And then Celebrity Big Brother begins in how many months?
In like January, right? When's the Winter Olympics?
I think January.
Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I haven't seen that yet. I had to watch that because I won't be able to scroll anything without being spoiled there. So I have to watch that right away. Yes, Michelle's season is coming. So I think 2 weeks, Michelle's season will be starting. Thank you, B-Bean. You are so loyal. We obviously love you. We love everybody that hangs out here with us, especially knowing that it's quite late for everybody. Yes, bravo, Jojo. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Also, thanks again, Glenda Starr, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Any support for this channel, it goes a long way. Eventually, it's going to go to salaries for these amazing people, but we're getting there. We're getting there. It's coming very soon. What else? Do we have any last comments here? Thank you, guys. Love this finale recap. Good morning again from the Philippines. Good morning.
Goodbye, Laundry Day. Goodbye, Natalie. Goodbye, Dolores. I'm sure you're watching.
Bye. That's it. It's over. Thank you. Everybody's so sweet. Honestly, we love you guys so much. We can't really say it enough. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We do love building this family of people that love all these crazy reality shows just as much as we do. We love talking about them. That's why we started this channel, just so we just talk about them with people that want to talk about them. And so we are fans and we love interacting with fans as well. So subscribe and comment. Who do you think that the rightful winner should have won, or was there somebody else in the entire season that you think would have been a better winner? And do you think that Derek X should have won America's Favorite Player? Those are my 2 questions. I have my answers, which is, you probably know it. But if you have a differing answer, just let us know in the comments and like this video if you watch it in the replay. This is it.
Bye.
Bye, Big Brothers. Season 23. Take care.